Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your love reading for the first half of February from the 1st through the 15th. General as always, so please keep that in mind throughout this reading and take from it as always what makes sense for you. Release the rest. I'll be using this deck by Calico Moon. This is the Pining Rose Love Oracle to take a look and see what's coming in for you, Gemini, for the first half of the month. All right, so here we go. This is part one of your reading, so if you happen to resonate with the messages, and if you're interested in watching the extended version, that will be available on my Patreon page. That link will be down below for you. All right, so Gemini, here we are. What's the message? We have still pining, okay? So someone's still thinking about you, possibly still in love with you. This for me could be an indication that you guys are at a distance from one another. This could also be how you're feeling about someone, that you're still thinking about them, that you're still pining for them. And this is interesting how we've got moving on right next to it, followed by I'm lost without you. Again, this could go either way, so you got to take it for how it makes sense if it resonates. So what I'm feeling here is one person is still thinking about the other, and that person might have already moved on possibly to another relationship, and now they're contemplating the connection and how things might have played out between the two of you going into separation, and now they're feeling lost. Okay, so let's grab one more card here. And I'm also feeling for maybe the person that's moving on, whether it's yourself or the other person, because that white flag could be, you know, somebody that's giving up, somebody that's surrendering, perhaps feeling like they just don't have a chance to fix this, or maybe that's how you're feeling. And then we have be mine. So even though you guys might be at a distance from one another, they still desire you, they still want you. So we'll have to see, you know, with the tarot messages, what presents itself here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull from my Illuminated Star Tarot deck here. So regardless of time apart, it does seem that there is at least this desire to communicate, to talk to you, to see if this is worth re-exploring, getting back together. Perhaps you represent that sense of direction for this person because they're feeling lost without you. We do have the Six of Wands. Okay, so this is a very positive energy with that Six of Wands coming through here. Victory, success, right? So maybe there's still the opportunity for this to be a successful union should you guys decide to get back together here. We do have the Knight of Swords. So swords, of course, representing air energy, and that could be you, Gemini. For some of my divine feminines, you could be cross-watching for a masculine representing the Gemini. The Knight of Swords, as you can see, action-oriented, impulsiveness, fast movement. But the Knight of Swords could also be the type to occasionally get bored in a partnership, and if that's the case, maybe they were seeking excitement outside of the partnership, or maybe they decided to end things because they felt that it just wasn't offering them what it was that they were looking for here. But I'm also getting, you know, divine feminine, if that's your story with your masculine, and maybe it is you that decided to move on, it could be this person, this masculine perhaps, that now regrets the fact that you guys are not together. They're feeling lost and still pining for you, still wanting you. And someone's got their walls up, someone's got their boundaries up. Somebody was definitely hurt by the separation. And then we've got the Magician coming through right here. So part of the reason for the distance and time apart could be that there was some sort of manipulation going on here, because the Magician can also represent being tricked into something, or it can represent trickery, or somebody who was doing something shady perhaps. That's a possibility. Could be deceptive. But it can also represent manifestation as far as the two of you coming back together, because this can also indicate a rekindled romance. It's interesting too that we've got nines popping up, right? 9 of Wands and 9 of Swords can sometimes be very challenging energies. As you can see here, we've got insomnia, we've got nightmares, somebody who's feeling hopeless, feeling lost. So, you know, it depends on how you yourself are interpreting this storyline. Is it you that is feeling lost and unable to get any sleep at night because you're thinking about this person that you're in separation from? Or is this what they're going through because you guys are not together? There could have been infidelities here. There could have been third parties. The Three of Cups can sometimes indicate that. But it's also a very positive energy in that it's indicative of happy times, celebrations, friends, or even family that are there to uplift you and add to your life. This can also be an indication of a very positive outcome. It can be telling us here that the two of you have the opportunity to start again, to have a new beginning. But sometimes, especially for those of you that have decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and decide to move on, this could also be an indication of a new chapter, of a new love that you want to be able to have those happy times with. Because as you can see from the next card here, we have the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving something or someone behind and walking away from that situation in order to create change, in order to evolve, in order to perhaps just work on yourself. So moving on, right? Moving on and leaving something behind. So Gemini, are you the person that left? Are you the person that walked away, or did somebody walk away from you? I'm just feeling here, regardless of all that, the person that walked away or the person that was left behind is still wanting to work on this, is still wanting to revisit this partnership. It hasn't been an easy journey for either of you. Okay, so this represents heavy burdens. This represents perhaps the need to lay down that heavy burden that either of you has been carrying during this time apart. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles. So threes are popping up here. So I can't help but feel that for some of you guys, you were dealing with a love triangle, a third party situation, and maybe one or both of you just weren't fully invested in the connection, because it really does come down to working together to be able to create a strong foundation for your connection. It comes down to two people working together, and that's what the Three of Pentacles is about. It's collaboration. It's about teamwork. And this could be an indication too with the Five of Swords that there was sneakiness going on. You know, again, with the Magician, part of that interpretation could be trickery and just somebody who was deceptive. So that could have been what broke you guys up, because there could have been other people who were creating drama here. You know, I do feel though, for my feminines, the masculine is going to want to communicate with you. And it might come unexpectedly. I feel they still love you. They still desire you for sure. They're still pining. Even though you might have already moved on to this from this connection, it could be the masculine who's losing sleep at night, dealing with insomnia, thinking about you, still wanting you, feeling very lost without you. And then we've got the Knight of Cups representing a very romantic masculine here. So if they didn't have the best of intentions before, there has been an energy shift when it comes to that. So the time apart might actually be a blessing here. So Divine Feminine, you've got the energies of the High Priestess coming in for you. So this is all about trusting your intuition and what your heart is telling you when it comes to your masculine. And I really love how we've got the Hierophant coming through, because this is about commitment. So if, for example, you were dealing with somebody that really wasn't looking to settle down or looking to commit, it does seem that that's what it is that they're interested in now. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. If you're interested in part 2, as I've mentioned, that will be over on my Patreon page. That link is down below. But if you're more interested in getting your own personal private reading, that info is down below as well. That's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next reading. Take care.